If I wanted to attack this machine, I would not start by guessing passwords. I would not immediately run exploits. I would first ask one simple question. What is this machine exposing to me? That's exactly what Nmap helps us answer. In this video, I'll show you 5 Nmap scans that every beginner should know. And by the end, you'll know how to actually read the output instead of just copying commands from the internet. Nmap, short for Network Mapper, is one of the most widely used tools in network and cybersecurity. Its job is simple. It tells you what a machine is exposing to the network. Think of it as asking, what can I learn about the system without logging into it? For this demonstration, I'm scanning Metasploitable 2, an intentionally vulnerable virtual machine built for cybersecurity practice. That's why you'll notice a lot of open ports, old services, and vulnerable application. And if you would like to build this exact home lab with Kali and Metasploitable 2, I have already made a complete setup guide. You can find it linked in the description below. Let's start with the most basic scan. This command asks one simple question. Which ports are open? That's it. Write down Nmap and the target IP. Here we can see ports like 21, 22, 80 and many more. You don't have to memorize these numbers, just remember this. Every service on a computer usually communicates through a specific port. For example, port 80 is commonly used for websites. Port 22 is commonly used for SSH, which is ShogunShell, which allows secure remote login. Port 21 is usually FTP, a protocol used for transferring files. At this stage, Nmap is only telling us what appears to be open. It doesn't yet tell us the exact software running there. Command 2, nmap-sv and the target IP. The next flag is -sv. The V stands for version detection. Now Nmap does not just tell us what's open, it tries to identify what software is actually running on these ports. For example, instead of simply saying SSH, Nmap tells us it's running OpenSSH. Instead of just saying HTTP, it identifies Apache. This information is extremely useful because every piece of software has different versions, and obviously different versions may have different known vulnerabilities. Next comes -sc flag. Write down nmap-sc and the target IP. This tells Nmap to run its default NSE scripts. Think of these scripts as small built-in helpers. Instead of only discovering ports, they collect extra information automatically. For example, Nmap immediately tells us that anonymous FTP login is allowed. That's something a basic scan would not tell us. It also gathers information like SSH keys and SSL certificate details. You don't need to understand every line here. I know this is very confusing for all of you, but the important part is knowing that -sc extracts more useful information automatically. Quick tip. If you're running a scan that takes a while, simply press the spacebar. Nmap will show you how much of the scan has finished and roughly how much time is left. It's a small trick, but it saves you from wondering whether the scan has frozen. Command 4, nmap-A target IP. If you don't want to run multiple scans separately, there is the -A flag. You can think of it as an aggressive information gathering scan. It performs version detection, runs default scripts, attempts operating system detection, and collects even more details. The trade-off is simple. You get more information, but the scan usually takes longer. Again, don't get overwhelmed by the output. Nobody reads every single line. You're just looking for useful information, not trying to memorize everything. Trust me, once you practice all of this, you'll get more comfortable and familiar with the output, and you'll know what to look for and what not. Command 5, nmap-script vuln and the target IP. Finally, we have one of the most interesting scans. This tells Nmap to run vulnerability detection scripts against the target. Here, Nmap reports that a specific version of VSFTPD is vulnerable. You'll even see a CVE number. Security researchers all over the world use these IDs to refer to the exact same vulnerability. You'll also notice a huge list of PHP pages further down the output. Don't panic. That's happening because Metasploitable is intentionally built to be vulnerable. It contains lots of insecure web applications for practice. On a normal website, you probably would not see nearly this much information. One important thing to remember, Nmap does not magically hack a machine. It gathers information, Think of it like reconnaissance. The better you understand the target, the better decisions you can make later. That is why almost every pen tester starts with scanning. So today we looked at 5 useful Nmap scans: the basic scan, version detection, default scripts, aggressive scan, and the vulnerability scripts. Once you're comfortable reading this output, you will realize that Nmap isn't about memorizing commands. It's about learning how to ask the right questions about a system. In future videos, we'll take this a step further and learn how to investigate some of these services in more detail. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.